And welcome back. I am really thrilled to introduce you to Diana Braun, who is married to Dr. Raj Sinha, who was just on the show not too many weeks ago talking about joint replacement, joint health. And you mentioned in our interview, Dr. Sinha, yeah, you said, my wife had double knee replacement and
That's
she
right.
was writing a book. And so
That's
here
right.
we are. We have knee replacements secrets. And you have created something called the knee zone. Now, knees are one thing, voices are another. And so Diana is having an issue with some laryngitis. So listen closely. But we are very glad you're here, and I'm sorry your voice is acting up on you.
Thank you, Anne.
Okay, so you had double, and I see not they're not real noticeable, but I see the scars on your knees. When did you know? I've got to do something.
That's such a great question. When I knew I had to do something, and then when I actually did it was about 9 years
9 years.
apart from each other because I was really stubborn. I was really busy, and I wanted to avoid it as long as possible. So I tried everything, and he helped me try everything,
Yeah.
anything
Well, yeah.
imaginable. And then it just got to the point where I would wake up in the middle of the night and have these stabbing pains, and I was having these nightmares like somebody was stabbing me. That's when it was the point of no return. I needed to have surgery at that point.
Yeah. When you can't sleep, when the quality of your life is so totally impacted, and you're young. I mean, you're very
Thank you.
young. So, were you a runner, or I mean, what do you attribute, Dr. Sinha, your wife's need for this knee replacement?
A couple different things. I mean, she was very active as a young person, playing sports, and then as a middle-aged, older person, she was doing what is that called? I always forget the circuit training stuff.
CrossFit.
CrossFit,
Oh,
thank you,
CrossFit.
which is very
Ooh,
aggressive.
that's very aggressive, and heavy
Yeah,
weights and
and then
things that.
you know,
Yeah.
she's tall too, which the pattern of knee arthritis that she had is almost directly attributable to her height and her leg length.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because her pattern was primarily underneath the kneecaps. And so I was thinking about this on the drive up here today. How many men do I know that I've taken care of who have primarily just isolated kneecap arthritis? And I can't think of a single one who hasn't had a previous injury, but
Hmm,
it's very common in women, and I see it a lot. And,
really?
you know, Diana being a tall woman, she developed that pattern of arthritis.
And arthritis is really like no respecter of persons, is
Happens in
it?
the best of families.
Yeah, it could kind of run in families too.
That
But
too.
but age is not necessarily a predictor of it.
No, it's actually also very interesting. You know, we talk about the demographics of it, and historically, it's been for it's something knee arthritis specifically has been something that we see in older patients. But as we have younger patients who are more active, who are having injuries earlier, who also want to maintain a high quality of life, we're seeing surgery being done much sooner. That was sort of your experience.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And a lot of people that come to me are in their late 40s, early 50s getting coaching because their quality of life is at a point they don't want to wait. And they're like, I'm getting a knee replacement now, and the technology is so advanced, it's going to last them ideally the rest of their lives.
Well, and that is something that when we visited and in our interview earlier, which by the way was recorded almost a year ago,
That's right.
um, but that's the innovations in the knee joint itself that you're able to install. And that it can really be totally customized to the patient. Talk to that.
Yeah, so I mean, historically, knee replacements came in certain sizes, and we fit the patient to the knee replacement
Hmm.
because we had certain sizes to choose from. And now technology has gotten much better at making that fit quite good, and it works 85% of the time. But 15% of the time, you just can't get the right fit. And so, about 15 years ago, we came up with a manufacturing methodology that allows us to actually make an implant that fits the patient perfectly to their size and also to their shape, which I think is really the critical aspect of why this custom knee replacement has higher, what we call forgotten joint scores than standard knee replacements. And it also has a 7-to-1 preference of patients who've had a off the shelf knee replacement in one knee and a custom in the other. they prefer the custom 7-to-1. It feels more like a normal knee to them. And I think that has to do with that shape matching. Again, 85% of the time with standard knee replacement, not a problem. But I don't know who the 15% are going to be. And even with advanced imaging, we can't always predict it.
No. Yeah. You wrote this book, though, Everything You Need, KNEED. I like to know about avoiding, preparing for, and recovering from arthroplasty by an actual patient and orthopedic surgeon. Did you actually do her surgery?
I did not.
Okay, I was wondering.
I would have been comfortable doing it. I did my father's.
I know
she
you
would have-
did your dad's.
Yeah, I think she would have been comfortable having me do the surgery. You know, we had just moved here when she decided to have surgery, and
Yeah.
the hospital was not 100% comfortable with me operating on my wife.
Yeah,
I mean,
get
since then
that.
yeah, which I get. Since then, I've operated on so many employees at the hospital, employees, family members, board members, family members.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you've done tens of thousands of these procedures. But what I loved about the book and being able to kind of go through it, it's perfect for the prospective patient, number one, but for a caregiver as well. And of course, you had a pretty good caregiver, yeah, for your double knee. But
She had an okay caregiver, not a great caregiver.
But you didn't really recommend both at one time. Let's talk a little bit about that.
You know, from my perspective, watching patients over the years, I just find a couple things. One is harder for them to recover because, you know, one knee starts to feel good, then the other one doesn't feel so good, and then vice versa. And they get into this funk, which she'll talk about. And so that's one issue. The other issue is a safety issue. You know, if you look at complication rates after knee replacements, they tend to be very low. But in people who have both done at the same time, it's not double, it's actually exponentially higher. And in certain age and health categories, the risk of death is actually 5 times higher if you have both done at the same time. So you have to balance all of those factors. So when patients ask me about having both done at the same time, the first thing I tell them is, can you get through, first thing I ask is, can you get through it safely? And there are certain criteria we look at, and she met all those criteria. Then the second important criteria is, do you have help at home? She had that. And the third important criteria, I think, is, are you committed to this operation? Because 1 is tough, 2 is a lot harder.
Yeah.
So I think you should talk about how
Right.
you made that decision,
Yeah.
going against the doctor's advice.
Yeah. Against the
Both
doctor's
mine and her surgeon's, by the way. Her surgeon was not for it either.
But you did it, and you're here to
I did
tell
it.
the tale. So
I did it. I'm grateful I did it. I wouldn't recommend it for most people.
Really.
And there's the physical part of the surgery itself. There's the psychological part and that feeling of helplessness early on. And I talk about that in the book. Most people 3 or 4 weeks out, it's psychologically really wearing on you. Like, I thought I'd feel better by now. I thought I'd be up and about. And in my case, I thought I could do more than I was ready to do. There was one day I was left home unsupervised about 6 weeks after. And I thought, I'm so sick of doing nothing. I got to do something. I was going crazy. I thought, I could change the sheets on our bed.
That's such an athletic endeavor, changing sheets on a bed.
It didn't go very well. I started to kind of get wobbly, and then my right leg kind of started slipping out. Thankfully, I fell face down on the bed.
Not on the floor.
No, thank goodness. That would have been really terrible.
Yeah.
But it was exactly like the first setback I needed as a wake-up call. Like, you have to focus on your recovery. You have to be careful. You cannot overdo it, especially doing both at once, because you can't balance on the other leg. I was completely unaware of how difficult it was going to be, although I was forewarned by many people. I'm strong, I'm young, I'm athletic, I can do all this. Yes, however, you really have to be patient with yourself and put in the work on your recovery first.
Well, and you say progress is not linear.
No.
It's not like that. It's days up and down.
Yes.
Good days and bad days.
And that's really where I help a lot of people I coach, is helping them understand the process,
Right.
and that you could have 2 or 3 days of like really wonderful time, and though you start feeling more ambitious and you're going to walk further and do more, and then inevitably you have the setback day where you're like, oh my gosh, my knee's so swollen, it's so stiff, I feel terrible. Like, yep, you're right on schedule.
Yeah.
This is everybody's journey. Everybody.
Well, and it's not just a few months, it's a year, right, doctor?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I think, and you might agree with this, about 80 to 85% of your recovery is done by about 3 months. With both knees, it can be prolonged out to about 5 or 6 months, but it takes a full year, and all the research studies show this, for your quadriceps muscle, which is the thigh muscle, to come all the way back to normal. First of all, it's weak from the disease.
Right.
It's then weak from the surgery, the trauma of the surgery. It gets weaker from the pain, and the patient has to overcome all of that. And it takes a year to get all the way back to normal quad strength. And in fact, there's some studies that show that at 2 years, you're actually about 30% stronger than you ever were.
Oh,
30% better than normal. So you're about,
that's
you're,
cool.
you're hitting
That's encouragement.
yeah. So you're hitting 2 years soon. So
Yeah.
Next month. And I can do things right now I could not do before surgery
Yeah.
at all. And that's so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So worth it.
Totally.
Worth it. But it says while on painkillers and starting your recovery, that's when you started building an app and a website, thekneezone.com. And your daily experiences is kind of like a journal of your progress in the book, right?
Absolutely. And then, given my husband has many patients, we started getting volunteers for me to coach and test out what we were writing in the book, see what people needed. And it really tracked with my experience about what happens 2 weeks in, the third and fourth week, the month 2, month 3, where everyone thinks they should be magically cured, and like, not so much. And I don't know what it is. Like, everybody, like, I think like the first 20 people I was coaching all of a sudden had plans to go on a cruise. And so I had a whole worksheet like, hey, you're going to go on a cruise. Here are these 10 things you should know. So it's been great to be able to help people have a faster recovery and let everyone know there's a process that you should go through. And your doctor's office, your surgeon could explain it to you, but it's just too much at the time. So that's why we wrote it in bite-sized pieces.
Well, it really is. It's a must read from what I can tell for anybody who's considering getting knee replacement. Not willing to volunteer to do a hip, right? Are you, for a hip replacement?
We'll find someone else that wants to help with that.
Hopefully you won't ever need that. But this really, it's so approachable and readable though. I mean, it's not real academic in its approach, and you've got some cute illustrations. My favorite illustration, I think, was the little who was visiting with the doctor, and one of the balloon legs was just totally shriveled up, and he goes, "Doctor, I just heard it, my knee pop." Anyway, it kind of lightens the mood a little bit, because I'm sure during this process there were some pretty down times you had.
I think just not realizing the effort I was going to have to make every single day and elevating my legs, keeping ice on them, staying on a schedule of my pain management. Like, you got to set an alarm. You can't miss a dose. And I, unfortunately went back to work a little earlier than I should have. And I didn't think about, well, I can put my laptop on my lap. I can be on a Zoom camera. It's going to be fine. But I really wasn't my perky self. And it was weird having like somebody like compare like a strained shoulder to having both their knees replaced. I'm like, no, I had power tools taken in my body. That we shouldn't be comparing that. And that really freaked me out. I was not in the best mind space. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be back to work yet. And I caution a lot of people, like, the mental load of going back to work too soon when you're recovering and trying to do your physical therapy. It's a lot. And I know a lot of people take care of grandkids, and they're like, I can't wait to get back and pick them up. I'm like, you got to be really careful. You got to be so careful.
Yeah. The other thing that I really hadn't thought about, but it's true, and it's people who have pets and how crucial it is, Dr. Sinha, to banish, you know,
them because they do help with the mental aspect
well,
of the
no, no, no,
recovery.
no.
But you got to be
They
careful.
didn't need to not
Yeah,
sleep with you.
you got to be careful, right? You don't want the pet jumping on your recently operated on knee. That's just going to cause you pain, and it's going to ruin that night's sleep, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
You don't want them underfoot. You don't want to trip over them and
Oh,
fall and break a
gosh.
wrist. I've had a patient actually that happened to.
Oh, my word.
You know, or a shoulder, for example. In fact, one of our family members was leaving the hospital, and tripped over, the threshold and broke her shoulder. So I mean, it's things like that happen.
Yeah.
And when you're recovering from a surgery like this, the more you can plan and predict and prevent, the quicker the recovery is going to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot more I want to talk to both of you about regarding knee replacement, what people need to know ahead of time. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will hear more. Stay with us.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle.
The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It is all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic.
Looking for a bakery that's as clever as it is delicious? At Fox & Co. Bakery, we specialize in decadent mini cakes, cookies worth writing home about, buttery pastries, gluten-free delights, and custom catering. Find us Saturdays at local markets, serving up style, flavor, and just a touch of foxy mischief. Can't wait till then? Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or visit foxandcobakery.com to see what's fresh. Fox & Co. Bakery, we bake foxy things.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com.
What if you could clean clean? With bio-based formulas and deep cleaning enzymes. No dyes, phthalates, or mystery ingredients. Just powerful pods for your dishes and laundry. Now you can, with drops. Made clean, made to clean.
And we're back with Dr. Raj Sinha and Diana Braun, who have written the book Knee Replacement Secrets, and have created something called the Knee Zone, which it's really just kind of a help, an app, a help for folks who are thinking about maybe knee replacement. Dr. Sinha, what are some of the first things that you recommend to somebody when they come in going, my knee is just killing me, I can't sleep at night, I'm having nightmares, which is what, Diana, you were experiencing when you finally said, enough, I got to fix this. What are some of the things that you tell those patients?
So assuming the patients have been through the process of all the non-surgical treatment.
Which includes lose some weight.
Weight loss.
We talked about that.
Yeah, every 10 pounds you lose, take 70 pounds of pressure off your knee.
Yeah.
So that's important. So, weight loss, physical therapy, muscle strengthening, medications, injections, whether it's cortisone or lubricants. Sometimes some of the stem cell products can help with pain control. Diana even tried these special shoes that altered her gait pattern to allow the muscles to function differently and improve her posture, which helped for a little while, right?
Oh, really? Yeah.
It did. And I certainly recommend
Like
trying.
what?
It's called APOS therapy.
Okay.
And it's now actually cared for some patients, and some
Really?
other insurances cover it too.
That's cool.
And you do it with a physical therapist, and there's a whole gait training app. And the idea behind it is basically by retraining some of your muscles, you take some of the pressure off of your knees, hips, and your low back. So I think, again, everything non-surgical is worth trying.
Yeah.
Kick that can down the road as much as you can to a point. There is a point of no return, and you don't want to pass that point of no return. Unfortunately, I can't predict when that point of no return is going to be reached for any particular patient. So you got to be careful about that. But assuming the patients have tried all that and now they're ready, they're like, okay, I'm ready to have knee replacement surgery. What do I have to do to get ready for it? One, a little bit more physical therapy, actually. Get those quads stronger going into surgery. It's called pre-rehabilitation. And it's something I've been recommending to patients for a long time, but forgot to recommend to my own wife.
No, really?
She didn't learn about it until somebody else told her about it.
Okay, but so did you do it?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's the first thing. The second thing is make sure all your medical stuff is optimized. Diabetes, heart disease, all those things have to be in the best possible shape to get you through the anesthesia and the stress after the surgery. And the third thing is make sure you've got help around you. It doesn't have to be full-time help, but you need somebody who's going to check on you, somebody you can call, somebody who's going to help you with meal preparation if needed, all those sorts of things. We have people get through this by themselves. It's much harder and takes longer. So if you can have a little bit of help around you, that's going to be important. And the last thing is make sure you have a driver, because the first couple of weeks you're not going to be driving.
Yeah.
So somebody
And
who
with
can drive
double,
you.
it's even
Yeah.
maybe longer
Yeah.
period of time.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel like you were just set free from prison when you could get behind the wheel again?
It was, but it was really scary. It was when
Yeah.
we had one of our first ice storms, and I was driving to physical therapy, and I thought, okay, it's going to be and very carefully navigate, where there's ice going up a little slope for a handicap ramp. So it was very exciting.
But it is a season. I mean, but you have to mentally be prepared for it, and that's what your book, Knee Replacement Secrets, is all about. That it so it kind of takes some of the surprises away from what folks need to do.
I think the other thing too, not to toot my horn because I didn't do this. This is all Diana's aspect of it. Is we as surgeons, we give patients a ton of information, but it's not what you need to know when you need to know it. And that's what she does. She's broken it down to a point where, and a way I never even thought about it. I've been doing this for 30 years. I never thought about it from this perspective, is that when you need to know something at 3 a.m, you can't call your doctor's office.
Right.
Right. We always say, oh, just call us if you have any questions. But who's going to answer the phone at 3 a.m. with a specific question about how do I get off the toilet, for example?
Yeah, they'll say call 911.
Or something, right?
Yeah, right.
So having lived through all that stuff, she's
Yeah.
put it all down, and these are all the tips and tricks and things like that. And you've had some test patients, so you've been able to, prove that it works.
Yeah, yeah. The fact that you've lived through this and been able to so articulately help people. So when you coach people, how do folks, number one, get in touch with you, and how do you do that? Is it a Zoom thing? Do you meet with folks in person? You're not like a therapist when it comes to physical therapy.
No, so I'm not in physical therapy, but what I am going to do is coach you through the whole process. So depending on when somebody finds me, they can just click a link on the website, book a 15-minute free consultation, and we'll figure out, are they coming in before surgery, which is ideal because I can do like a little video walkthrough of their house and say, oh gosh, that rug, you got to get rid of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge trip hazard your first 2 weeks when you're on a walker. And then, like I'll see the little dog running around. I'm like, oh, look, your dog likes tennis balls. That dog's going to love to chase the tennis balls on your walker. You got to be really careful about that. And then I had a client their shower enclosure was about as wide as I was. I'm like, how do you get in that thing? And so we had to figure out a different way because you would never have been able to get a shower stool in there. So we'll do like a little video walkthrough of the planning, where they're going to sit, how they're going to elevate. And then I'll get people that get referred to me, like Raj says, they had the 3 a.m. panic attack, and then they'll find out about me. And then they could be 2 weeks in, and maybe they're really behind on how well they've been straightening their leg. And so I will give them a very systematic plan of how to get that leg straighter faster, because until your leg's really straight, you actually can't bend it further, and that's like a very confusing thing when you're trying to recover. And we agree, most people do that wrong. Most people aren't straightening, and
Right.
And
I noticed that you have pictures. How to,
literally.
that there's a certain way you should
Right.
elevate your knee when you're.
Yeah.
My biggest pet peeve is the patient who says, "Oh yeah, I'm elevating. I'm sitting in my recliner all day." Oh,
No,
the
that's-
recliner's bending your knee. That's counterproductive. You want to get that knee straight to begin with.
Yeah, it's more a wedge, and then they have some neat devices that they can send you home with, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, and a lot of it's covered by insurance. A lot of it isn't, and so then you have to figure out where you're going to spend your money to optimize your recovery. And I think Diana does a good job with that as well. I think my favorite story is Karen's story. John and Karen.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. So she came to me about 7 weeks out, and her went back to work kind of like me really early, and is sitting at her desk with her leg bent, which was pretty
Can I
comfortable.
just preface, this is an important part. Her husband is a president of an orthopedic implant company. So she had a knee replacement, and we just happened to have dinner with him. She was about 4 or 5 weeks out from surgery.
Closer to
7.
7.
And so John was telling us that, Karen's really struggling. And I'm like, oh, look. I have a person for you. And then, so you got involved with Karen.
So and so once people have had surgery, and most people don't want to be on Zoom, so a lot of mine are just, audio calls. And I was having her describe like where she's sitting at her desk, and I'm like, well, how are you elevating your leg at work? Well, I'm not. So you're sitting with your leg bent. That must be really uncomfortable after a while. Oh yeah. So I directed her to a link on Amazon where they have this little thing called a leg hammock, where you can attach it to the bottom of your desk and kind of prop your leg up straight, but get it the height. And then we came up with like little other things she could just around the house, trash can sideways or upside down, to get that leg straight and elevated. And she made such huge progress in 2 weeks, and she was just ecstatic because there was a chance she was going to have to go back to surgery, go under anesthesia to have her leg manipulated to get it straight again. That is not the ideal situation, but within 2 weeks we talked all the time, and we got her right back to where she had to be, which was great.
Oh, that is an amazing success story.
Well, and for the wife of the president of an orthopedic company to turn around and say, "Yeah, Diana's the real deal."
That's
the real deal.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned the painkillers. That is just so important to stay ahead of. I always heard the term "stay ahead of the pain,"
Correct.
and you can't take them too frequently. Or is there a concern when it's a long recovery like this that you might get hooked on that hydrocodone?
I love this question. So your surgeon's office is going to give you the amount you need to get started, and you need to take them on the schedule they tell you, not what Dr. Google. All have different medical history and other, prescriptions you might be taking. So you got to do what the surgeon tells you, and then they're going to monitor your pain levels. And it's not unusual to go back to the surgeon's office and say, "Hey, I'm still like a 4 out of 5 of pain," and they're going to give you more. But there's a point where they know that, okay, you're going to be really sore from doing physical therapy. Yes, you should take 1 before physical therapy, but you don't need 3.
Yeah.
And they will taper you off. I haven't heard anybody tell me my surgeon cut me off. They're proactively helping you. Now,
I cut people off all the time.
People off.
there are people that might think they need
Well, I
30.
mean, pain relief is important. That's an important part of it because of the psychological aspect to it. If you think, and at the time when you're hurting, this isn't going to get any better. And then it's like, how many minutes till I can take my next pill?
I think there are a couple important points regarding pain management after surgery. One is, in this day and age, we do something called multimodal pain management, which means we use a lot of different medications in smaller dosages because they all work at different parts of the pain pathway. And by doing that, you avoid a lot of the side effects of the stronger medications. So that's one important thing, is that whatever you're doing, you want to do something multimodal. That includes ice. It can include heat on the back of your knee. For a while, you did that.
Oh, yeah. Heat always feels good.
Yeah. There's going to be some narcotics. There's going to be some anti-inflammatory. There might be some steroids. Definitely Tylenol, believe it or not, because Tylenol works on a pathway to your brain, makes you not care about it as much. So all things. The second critical aspect, I think, is that there's a bunch of studies that show that if you control pain, your recovery is much better. Your overall function is better. So you want to control the pain. Importantly, if you control the pain early on, you actually wind up using less pain medication than if you do it sporadically. So I always tell my patients, and I told Diana this too, in the first few weeks, you want to keep that pain as close to a zero as you can, because your recovery is going to just zoom from there. And so I think that's really important to do as well. And the third thing, I jokingly said I cut people off. I start warning people around 6 weeks, I'm going to cut you off, because studies show, again, if you're still taking narcotics at 3 months, you're more likely to need it in 1 year than not. So I don't want people on narcotics at a year when I could have gotten them off by doing something else for them. So I start warning them around 6 weeks, you're going to get cut off. So we got to find other things.
That's good to know. Another good point. Another good point of this book. Well, so much in here that is helpful, again, for the patient, certainly, that's thinking this is what I need, because you kind of demystify, and you've walked this path, no pun intended, you've walked this circuitous path to recovery, because it's not a straight line, as you say. It's just setbacks here and there, and hopefully not dramatic setbacks, but just to understand and know this is not going to be a fast thing. This is a commitment, but it's all good once you get past.
So worth it.
Get past it. So worth it. Well, you're far too young to be in the kind of pain you described in this book, Diana, that you could, if you can't sleep because you're having nightmares, I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, she woke me up to tell me at 3 a.m. Okay, I'm ready for knee replacement.
Yeah, problem for you too.
Yeah.
I was like,
Can we do it right now?
Yeah, that's
3 in the morning.
Now. Yeah.
I'm finally ready.
Well, what do we have to
ready.
do? But such wonderful outgrowths of this is the knee zone. Again, that is something that you can find online, kneezone.com.
Correct.
Yep. The Knee Zone?
Yep.
TheKneezone.com. And Knee Replacement Secrets by Diana Braun and Raj Sinha, MD, it's available on Amazon. So available now. And
Can we say we reached bestseller status?
It did today.
bestseller. Well, it should be. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. When you write something that's important and necessary and helpful to people, it's going to be recognized. So that's good. Well, you are delightful. I'm so happy that you were able to come in. I'm sorry you're whispering, but I think we could hear what you were saying. You have you've really put it down in writing. So read the book. Read the book. Thank you though. Raj, thank you. Dr. Raj Sinha, Diana Braun.
Thank you, Anne, so much.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at auraorganic.com.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
Bookshop and Cafe is hosting a Hobbit Day with a great Baggins bake-off. It is once again time to celebrate the hobbits we love so much, and this year with an extra special and delicious twist. Join them today as they bring back fan-favorite activities including scavenger hunts, table games, and a costume contest, not to mention the great Baggins bake-off. 12 incredibly brave people will be competing in a dessert competition to win all of the bragging rights of the Shire. Baylor women's basketball is bringing fans to Foster Pavilion with an open practice today, Monday, September 22nd, with doors opening at 2:45 p.m. Practice is scheduled to begin at 3, with ice cream social and autographs to follow around 5:30. This free event gives fans the chance to watch the Bears on court ahead of the upcoming season, so go out and support our Lady Bears this afternoon. Cultural Arts of Waco is bringing you the Retro Runway this Thursday, September 5th, strutting back through decades of fashion, and you're invited. Get ready for a fabulously fun fashion event showcasing vintage styles from the swinging 60s, the groovy 70s, and the glam.
It's called He Ain't Foolin'. We all got that friend that drinks a lot. When the liquor starts talking, we hope they're gonna stop. There they go, stumbling on the floor. And now we got a sideshow once more. And he had words, I had mine. Here we go, one more time. All that Jack Daniels in his pocket, tried to hide it, but it stuck out like a rocket. Tried to fool me once or twice. This time I'm gonna roll the dice. Didn't think that I'd find out I'm not the type of girl you wanna push around. Cause I'll go to the church, the bars, and the park, find out what they know so far. See, I ain't fooling. He told me he hadn't had a drink all week, but I saw that empty bottle in the back of his sheet. He ain't gonna fool me anymore, cause next time I'll be walking out that door. And he had words, I had mine. Here we go, one more time. Oh, that Jack Daniels in his pocket, tried to hide it, but it stuck out like a rocket. Tried to fool me once or twice. This time I'm gonna roll the dice. Didn't think that I'd find out I'm not the type of girl you wanna push around. Cause I'll go to the church, the bars, and the park, find out what they know so far. Oh, that Jack Daniels in his pocket, tried to hide it, stuck out like a rocket. Tried to fool me once or twice. This time I'm gonna roll the dice. Oh, he didn't think that I'd find out I'm not the type of girl you wanna push around. Cause I'll go to the church, the bars, and the park, find out what they know so far. Cause he ain't fooling. Oh no, he ain't. He's gonna fool me this time. He ain't fooling. Come on now, I see that bottle right there. He ain't fooling.
With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. At Tusane's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone anywhere. Visit Tusanes.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com. Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. Samsonite.
Our professionals are not only experts in managing urgent concerns, but also providing top-notch preventative health care. We're proud to connect pet owners to a vast network of licensed veterinary professionals, ready to address any immediate concerns. Book your first appointment today.
VivoSun's mission is to empower growers with stylish and effective products, making indoor growing accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Visit vivosun.com today and get started making growing plants and vegetables easy and automatic.
Welcome back to the show. I tell you what, Temple Civic Theatre has got a season you will not believe, and I'm so happy to have Norman Northern here, chairman of the board of directors for Temple Civic Theatre, here to talk about their upcoming season, which you're just days away from opening night for Legally Blonde. Is that right?
Next week on the 25th.
Okay, so this is, it's a musical.
Yes.
I have not seen this show. I need to get tickets.
It's, if you've seen the movie with with Reese Witherspoon, yes, it's very much.
So, but we've
the
got
same
songs.
story, yes, but songs,
How
lots of songs, and it's a full, lots of dancing, lots of choreography, lots of hard choreography.
Really?
They're all complaining about how hard the choreography is, but so it's a triple threat with the singing, dancing, and acting, and lots of people in and out. I think we have about 40 in the cast.
Huge cast.
And crew, running crew. So we're excited, and lots of pink. Lots of pink.
Wear your pink. Everybody
wear
should dress in costume, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, any shade of pink.
How fun is that?
And of course, it's just before it's fall season, so we're decorating the whole lobby fall, Halloween, that look, all in silver and pink, not orange. And
okay,
so it's,
well, that's good.
So
good.
We're pulling
so
the whole
tell everybody
pink.
where Temple Civic Theatre.
Temple Civic Theatre is on the Loop 363 in Temple on South 13th. So you take the loop around and turn on 13th, and it's right behind Scott and White.
Right.
We've been in that building 50 years next year. Really? And when it was built out, there was nothing. You could you could see
pasture
it.
Land.
Exactly. And you could see the building. Now we're pretty much kind of covered up, but we're right there, and we're hope it'll be sold out, and excited to have a fun show for the opening.
Okay, so this is September 25th through October 5th, so a pretty good run.
Thursday.
Do you have also matinee performances, or all?
There are
evening?
matinees on. There's one Saturday matinee, the first weekend matinee to the 27th.
Yeah, that's
27th
is a Saturday.
That Saturday it's a matinee, and then the two Sunday matinees.
Okay.
Of the two-week run. So.
All right, and this, you said the building's been there 50 years, but Temple Civic is celebrating their 60th anniversary.
60th,
Congratulations!
Which is, for a town our size,
yeah,
with all going on, and the only time it's ever been closed was the little bit during COVID, when nothing was going on.
Right.
But so we canceled some shows, but put them back in later that were already in rehearsal.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've seen Dr. Gary Gosney in production or two.
Yes.
There, you tell me your daughter is in Legally Blonde. She's got a role in that.
She is. She's playing Chutney, the daughter that kills the dad, and
oh my.
So the whole trial and how Elle Woods becomes the famous Elle Woods is because of the trial that goes on. So we've got an extra connection this time around.
Okay, but let's go ahead and let's talk about the rest of the season. Next show up is Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
Wow. Now that that is renowned, right?
Yes, it is.
For being the longest running play in
yes,
London or something
exactly.
like that.
I don't know the exact details, but it
Yeah.
is. It's one of the longest running, set in the 30s, and so it's one of her, that and probably Orient Express are her two big classics. So it's a just a regular straight play, but it'll be exciting and hopefully have a maybe a little bit different twist. Natasha Tollison, that's the director at Temple Civic Theatre, was just in London and saw Mousetrap
Right.
again, and so she said
good.
she learned a couple of things
Yeah,
that
she
might be fun.
Came back with some ideas.
Some
I guess.
ideas. So
Yeah.
that's in November.
Well, in fact, you've got auditions coming up September 29th and 30th, so it is
Yes,
not cast yet.
It is not cast yet.
Right, right. But it will be November 7th through the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then skipping ahead to February, you got Fences.
August Wilson.
Yeah.
With that won all kinds of awards, and so it's exciting, and the two main characters, of course, are African American, and so it'll be should be great if we can. The people that we think we want to be cast.
Yeah,
in
you
those
want
roles.
convince them to become an actor for this.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's and that's what's fun about civic theaters. I know in Waco Civic Theater recently had To Kill a Mockingbird, and I had some of the actors here on the show, and for 3 of them in principal roles, first time they'd ever done a show.
Yeah.
So I just think that's wonderful because that's what civic theater is all about.
Right. Legally Blonde, I think we have 9
Who've never done a show.
that have never been on Temple Civic Theater.
Temple Civic Theater, right?
Theater, and 2 of the main leads are from Baylor.
Right.
So
that's Baylor's got
a-
an outstanding
Yes, they do.
theater department. That is for sure. Okay, speaking of outstanding musicals, we've got Cabaret coming up on March 19th through the 29th.
Yes.
So that's a good long run as well in 2026 coming up. So, Norma, do you do any of these shows?
No, I haven't done a show there since the 80s, Being on the stage is not my forte.
That's not what you're wanting to do?
It's not my thing, but I've done 3 shows there, and that may be the only 3 unless they need somebody just to walk on or whatever. But early marriage, my wife and I did.
It takes a lot of energy. There's a reason a lot of these cast members are in their 30s or younger.
To give up 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
for the rehearsal.
It's intense, and that's what the last show I did for Waco Civic was Mamma Mia several years ago, and I really did it as a reporter just to sort of see what it was like to go from audition to opening night was like 5 weeks. It was incredibly short. Incredibly short, and that's building all the sets and doing everything, and that's just how these civic theaters work, huh?
That's right. It's all volunteer.
I was going to say nobody makes a dime off this.
No.
So Cabaret is March 19th through the 29th. Then in April, you've got Ken Ludwig's Dear Jack, Dear Louise. Now, I'm not familiar with that. That's April 17th through the 26th.
It's 2 people, one couple that have really never met, but they are pen pals during World War II.
Oh.
That eventually do get married, but they're writing, it's the letters back and forth. So it's a little bit like The Notebook, kind of thing, but it's.
So do you have different eras? In other words, are they?
No,
you have a young couple and an older couple.
No, it's all
okay.
the letters during the war.
Okay.
So it's a homage to World War II and the what the country went through and all of that. And the exciting thing that I think for that particular show is we're going to do a wedding dress display of dresses from that period,
vintage
from vintage
wedding gowns,
and hopefully we can get prominent people from the era,
Yeah.
but Temple and the names people might know, but as well
Mm-hmm.
as unknown that have a war story. And here's the picture. So we could have all kinds of not full blown wedding gowns, but go to the parsonage and get married kind of thing while they were
Well,
on
that's
leave.
what.
And
Yeah, often it was. They
exactly.
would be in a suit. I mean, they didn't do the full.
No. So it's
full-blown
going to
thing.
be. I think it'll be a fun
Yeah.
little bit of tribute that people can just
That's neat.
come to, not even come to the play, but just come during the day to the theater just to see
the exhibit. Yeah.
the exhibit. So
Yeah.
that's a
Oh.
fun.
Dear
fun
Jack,
thing.
dear Louise is
Mhm.
what that is. Again, April 17th through the 26th. You've got Oklahoma.
Home for the summer musical. Yes.
That's going to be June
Everybody's-
18th through the 28th. Wow.
Everybody's
Oklahoma.
everybody's
I know,
favorite.
I know.
So it's just the classic, and it's going to be.
You have an awesome season. There is a special event, though, around Christmas time.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. That's Hometown
Yep.
Holiday,
Mhm.
December 18th through the 21st.
Five shows only.
Uh-huh.
We did the first one. We did it last year. It was a success. We
Yeah.
tweaked it, but it is the same. The show is not the same every night.
Oh, really?
The main portion of the show will be what we call the ringers, that are going to be the ones that are doing
Right.
those particular numbers every night. But then there are invited guests
Oh,
to
to
come
sing. Oh.
from the community, whether it be a women's chorus or whether it be a school organization that comes and performs, and we usually have 2 of those
Oh,
each
that's
evening.
good.
So that pulls some
Yeah.
extra. So each show is not the same.
Not the same. That's a wonderful idea. That's a
So-
great thing. That's for your Christmas show
Right.
again, December 18th through the 21st. Wow, it's a great lineup you've got. I know as chairman of the board of any kind of board of directors, you rely on great board members. I presume you have
Yes,
that.
I do. We do. We're excited with we just had our first board meeting with the new officers and the newly elected board people, and
Uh-huh.
everybody's ready to roll, and hopefully it will have a great year. And being the 60th anniversary, we're doing a 60 for 60, trying to raise $60,000
Wow.
for the 60th to do some much needed upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
The lobby renovations, and those are still in works right now. They'll be ready by opening night
Okay.
next week.
What kind of things were you doing?
We're adding a liquor license for one thing.
Really?
So
Okay.
you can come early and have
Yeah, have
a beer and wine
beer and
or
wine,
whatever.
right? That's a
and
nice
we
little
have,
revenue stream for you.
We have restaurants that are doing that. If
Really?
you're a season ticket holder,
Uh-huh.
you can come to the private reception before and have a hors d'oeuvre or a little light supper, depending on which restaurant's
Right.
doing it. That's a new perk that we've added
That's very good.
this year.
Yeah.
So we always have something opening night, but
Mhm.
it was like, can we try to figure out how to make this work? So
Yeah. Yeah.
we've got it covered for the first show, and trying to figure out how that's going to work. And we've added some other perks for membership. You get if you're a season ticket holder, you get a discount on merchandise. If you buy the T-shirt or the tumbler or whatever, you get a discount off of that.
Okay.
If you have children to do the youth productions, you get a 50% discount if you're a
Oh.
season ticket holder.
That's pretty good motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great to get to raise some new kids coming
Oh, yeah.
in. So
And kids love that, those youth drama camps and stuff.
Mhm.
And when they do those productions, and the whole acting bug can kind of bite them too.
exactly.
It's not too late to get season tickets then,
No,
I presume,
no.
since the first show hadn't opened yet.
That's
so.
correct. So
So how do they do that?
you can call the box office or go on the website, either one. And for every show.
Okay, you can make
same
that.
Same day, same time, all of that. That can all be worked out when you do that.
Okay, good.
So,
well, it is delightful to hear about Temple Civic Theater and the great season you've got coming up as you celebrate 60 years. Thank you for all your hard work on the board and everything that you give back to the community, not only on this board but several others. You're a busy guy.
I am busy. Yes.
Oh, Norman, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Send money abroad in just a few steps with Remitly. Sign up with your email, enter an amount, choose how your loved ones receive the money, enter your recipient's information, select a payment method, hit send, and relax. Download the Remitly app today.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Homes where the heart is. We aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit OpenGOAAALUSA.com and elevate your training today.
At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
I am obsessed with helping business owners increase traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. It's this amazing platform where people are looking for ideas, inspiration. They have a problem and they're actively looking for a solution.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
BosleyMD.com.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
So all you have to do is tap your Popple to the back of someone's phone, like that, and they instantly get your social media and contact info right on their screen. They don't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. So get your Popple today and start impressing everyone you meet. Make it pop.